We first came and saw the house. It was very rough. It would obviously not been lived in for quite a while.
Well, it looks beautiful now, but this week's dream house used to be a real horror show. And welcome to a Halloween edition of New England Dream House. I'm Shannon Ogden. Well, today we are being haunted by ghosts of Dream House past. Now, 2 years ago, we toured the Newfane, Vermont home of partners Scott Heller and Dave King. Well, now they have fixed up a second home on Cape Cod that used to be just as frightening. When you build a Vermont dream house from scratch, complete with hot tub and swimming pond, what do you do for an encore? Partners Scott Heller and Dave King took on this historic house in the middle of the Cape Cod National Seashore in Truro, Massachusetts. Now, it does not look scary now, but when they bought it, the broker jokingly referred to it as 1313 Mockingbird Lane, the home address of the Munsters.
Because it really did look like a miniature haunted house. It was in pretty bad shape, but we knew that we had found something when we found the house.
It was overgrown. There were 8-foot trees coming out of the driveway. It was really a mess, and it sat right on the road. So it was not the best initial experience in terms of curb appeal.
Now, here's what the home looked like in 1910. It was built in 1820 and stayed in the same family from 1840 until Dave and Scott bought it in 2003.
The house has been used for a bunch of uses. It was a surveyor's office at one time, it was a lawyer's office at one time, and had been unoccupied for about 5 years when we bought the house.
Now, the original part of the house is a small 26 by 27 Cape-style home, seen here in about 1950. In the 1970s, the previous owner put on an addition that served as a law office.
Turned that into the kitchen and then wanted to create an additional wing onto the house that would serve as additional bedrooms, but still give the house a very cozy, organic feel.
And to make things even more complicated, before they could do the addition, they had to move the house and the law office back 35 feet from its previous location next to the road.
You had to pick up the kitchen, cut it off from the house, move it out of the way.
And one very busy year later, the addition is on and the 1820 part of the house has been reattached to the former law office. The footprint of the kitchen is the same as the law office, with some very big differences. The wood paneling and linoleum have been replaced with cherry cabinets and an ash floor. And the beautiful fir beams are structural as well as decorative. The layout of the Truro kitchen is similar to the one in Vermont. Both have a big island and dishwashers on either side of the sink.
I'm a chef, and the familiarity of the space makes it easier to transition from one kitchen to another.
This beautiful table came from eBay, one of Dave's favorite haunts for furnishing the Truro house.
My parents were antique dealers. I spent a lot of time on eBay and found actually a lot of great stuff, and we just sent it up to Scott's warehouse until we were ready for it.
This kitchen wall display is made up of old nails from the home. It was a gift from the carpenters at the end of the project. Here's what happened to the old kitchen from the 1820 part of the home.
What's the office now used to be the kitchen. It was a very small galley-type kitchen, all done in 70s yellow with daisies and green and the whole bit.
The living room hasn't changed nearly as much from the older version. These 12-inch wide pine floors were hidden under bad carpet. The 42-inch plasma TV is one of many improvements from the old design.
When we first looked at the house, we were told that it had 1.5 baths, and believe it or not, this was the half bath, a toilet, a very tiny sink, and a shower curtain across the opening.
Although the stairs are frighteningly steep, ghosts don't live in the attic of the 1820 part of the home. It was turned into this master suite. The owners decided to keep the brick chimney exposed, and beams just like the ones in the kitchen support the raised roof.
Then we just decided it would be better as a kind of a cozy, closed-in place where you could kind of just close doors and shut the world out and sit out on the deck and pretend the rest of the world doesn't exist.
An awkward bedroom was turned into this master bathroom. The interior windows are an idea the owners also used in Vermont. The addition includes a 2-car garage. It was attached to the east part of the home and wraps around the back. Floors differentiate between the old and the new. In the addition, the solarium is Scott's favorite place to hang out.
It's in a club chair from my mom's old house. and it's where I will sit every morning for about an hour, hour and a half, have my cup of coffee, read my paper, and look out and watch the day establish itself.
This antique pie safe is another eBay find, as is the Provincetown fire hat on top of it.
I think it has a really kind of a nice homey feel to it, the way that the shingles are inside, and it kind of blurs the distinction between in and out and kind of just draws you to the view and to the outside and the deck.
There is a beautiful view of the Cape Cod National Seashore off the deck. It runs along the entire back of the home. The backyard below is brand new. It was created from what used to be a scary tangle of weeds and overgrown trees.
What we had to do is literally, we probably brought in 30 or 40 truckloads of fill to fill out the backyard so that we'd actually have a backyard and the house wouldn't just be dangling out in the air.
There's an outdoor shower under the deck, complete with foot washer, so the house won't be haunted by beach sand. The interior of the addition also has a beautiful staircase and extra bedrooms, including a first-floor suite that's handicapped accessible. It's one of many careful details in a house that was once a nightmare, but now a vacation dream come true.
And so we wanted to create a house that would give a unique vacation experience, something that people would really like to come to, and at the same time create an environment for us to do the same with our family over the coming years. Every time I'm here, I feel so happy, so fulfilled to be able to be here, but my dream is to be able to spend more time here.
Oh, it's pretty. Now let's take a look at our top 10 design elements. Number 10, the outdoor shower tucked under the porch. Number 9, the arts and crafts lights used inside and outside the home. Number 8, the exterior shingles that make the solarium feel like a porch. Number 7, the wide pine floors uncovered in the living room. Number 6, the dual dishwashers in the kitchen. Number 5, the kitchen table, one of the many items Dave found on eBay. Number 4, the fir beams that support the kitchen ceiling. Number 3, the backyard filled in one truckload at a time. Number 2, the decks. They're a great place to enjoy number 1, the view of the Cape Cod National Seashore. Now you can actually rent this house next summer if you would like. For details, check out the website TruroVacationHome.com.